Once again, we stand on the brink of another season of Advent, the beginning of another liturgical year, another cycle of celebrating the birth, the life, the death, the resurrection of Christ, season upon season. The word Advent means arrival or coming. And so once again, we prepare for the coming of Christ at Christmas. But we know there's different Advents. So in this holy season, the season of joy and hope, the Church invites us to look in all directions, to look backwards to that beautiful moment 2,000 years ago when the Lord became incarnate in the womb of the Virgin Mary and was born fully embracing our humanity in order to save us. Church also invites us to look around us in the present moment and recognize the advent of Christ in our lives right here, right now. But also the Church invites us to look into the future, into the end of times. And that's where this current cycle of Luke's Gospel, proclaimed on Sundays, begins on the first Sunday of Advent. Listen to this. Jesus said to his disciples, "There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. On earth, nations will be in dismay. People will die of fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world. The powers of the heavens will be shaken." So Advent invites us to look forward to that moment when Christ arrives in the final judgment. It says, "And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud of power and great glory." So this season of Advent invites us to be vigilant, to look around us, and particularly to look at the people in our life who perhaps have fallen away from the practice of the faith, are estranged from the church, or perhaps never really knew Jesus at all in the first place. So this season of Advent, I'm inviting, asking, urging every Catholic in the Diocese of Madison to embrace the Walk with One initiative. It's a fruit of the National Eucharistic Revival. And the idea is that if each one of us look at one person in our life that needs Christ, that needs the church, that we would love to see come back to the sacraments, now, how do we do that? How do we approach that? The first step is really simply prayerfully discerning who that person is in our life. And so this Sunday's gospel invites us to be vigilant and to watch. Part of that vigilance is looking around us, looking at our relationships and pondering, who is it in my life who needs the Lord the most? And how can I ultimately be an instrument of invitation for that person? As we enter into the season of Advent, the Lord wants to transform our hearts, help us to be courageous, to be bold, to be filled with hope. We want to share this tremendously good news that we have received, this relationship with Christ that has transformed our lives. We want every person that we know to experience that same unconditional mercy, power of forgiveness, and the transformation that occurs when we give our life to Christ. So this season of Advent is a perfect moment for us, not only to prepare for the coming of the Lord in our hearts, but to make us instruments of that invitation, that Advent that the Lord wants for every human heart, every person that the Father has created, that the Son died for, and that the Holy Spirit seeks to sanctify. May this season of Advent be a time of holy preparation, vigilance, and prayer for us. But in this first week, within your prayer, take to prayer the question, who is it in my life that needs the Lord the most?